We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer. Run that thing back. Nah, man. Stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
So what you might think, okay, the animation, Creature Commandos. This is what I'm saying. I think this is like a Guardians of the Galaxy Suicide Squad type of situation where you're bringing in a whole bunch of characters you kind of really, not too many people know about, and you can do whatever you want with them. And I think animated is a great way to do it and see which characters kind of pop and bang. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, almost like their new Doom Patrol. Because they've not, I don't know, like I was saying, like it's a word slate with what's already out and what they want to come out. So they're saying they're always going to make sure all the voice actors are doing every single role,
which is beautiful,
between animations, games,
beautiful
TV shows, and movies. I'm like, flipping, oh, this is meant to be busy.
I like that. And I like how, I like you putting it in there because that shows Marvel. Like, I think they you can see that they've looked at Marvel and been like, this is where Marvel missed a step. Because the fact that the Avengers game doesn't have the voices and the faces of the character, because if it did, even though that game's trash, it would have sold twice as much.
Yeah, because
just off that.
Yeah.
No gameplay improvements, no nothing. Just off that. So having that and tying and letting and even putting a statement out like this knows. So as an actor trying to get involved, you're like, well, I'm signing my life away. You know it from the beginning. You know there's not going to be much negotiations around that. And I'm not mad at them for doing that. Lock them up.
You know, as soon as he jumps on social media and says, yo, this game, blah, 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 like people just jumping on the game just off the back of that. Like, that's crazy. But
we did just put a lot of voice actors out of work though, still, it's mad.
But as long as, you know, they're not doing what they did back in the day, you know, white voices,
black characters.
We're
Yeah, they can't do that no more, innit?
This excites me, though. This excites me because...
Man, that went both ways.
What's that?
White, you said what?
White characters, yeah.
Yeah, that went both ways. If anything, it went more ways towards... I don't know.
I'm just saying because obviously man follows a lot of like artists in the comic world, and then man like struggle a lot in it. That's why I'm like, let's just do the right thing. But just jumping on this animation TV series, I think this is super legit because 1, we don't know these characters. 2, is animation. 3, that this means like we can do whatever we want. And it says Creatures Commandos. You know, Commandos what they're on, full on crud. So I'm expecting this to be like super sick. Plus we've got Weasel, character that people already know, like loved from the Suicide Squad. So this for me should be a banger. And I'm hoping it is a banger. I
hope it's good, and I hope James Gunn's involved in it heavily. Because I think this is the kind of thing that he makes great. Do you know what I'm saying? I think this is where he really, really, really shines. And this is why I'm also interested to see the Superman movie, because like I want to see how he just handles that situation. You get me? Let's keep it rolling, man. But yeah, Creature Commandos. What? Yeah. I feel you. I'm with you. Like I understand Raven's excitement for it, but I'm also like, we'll see. Yeah. Like I would like this to be like diabolical. Do you know what I'm saying? The boy's diabolical. I don't know if you guys have checked that out. If you've checked it out, I think that'd be super legit if it's like that. But then also the questions around the ratings of the shows, the ratings of the shows. Is that animation going to be over 18? Is it going to be PG? This is going to have a big bearing because I'm imagining the Amanda Waller show's got to be mature.
Right.
Because Peacemaker's mature. And the Suicide Squad is mature. It is
mature.
Yeah, bodies being ripped to half and blown up and tear.
Yeah, but what was its actual rating in the cinema?
Can't remember.
It might still been a PG-13 though, isn't it?
There's no way.
Yeah, we got to get a fact check on that.
That would be mad if they pulled that off.
It had to have been, bro. It had to have been.
That's PG-13.
It had to have been.
The Suicide Squad,
yeah? Yep.
Kids are desensitized nowadays. That's the case.
What are you man saying about the Amanda Waller show? Listen,
that I'm looking forward to most. Like,
go on.
15.
It's a 15.
Yeah,
it's a 15.
Yeah. I was saying it'd be mad if they pulled off and it was like a PG. But
it's
true though. It's true. But yeah, Amanda Waller. Like, I'm hoping they're still making Peacemaker. If that's the case, if there's a good synergy between that and what they've made previously, yeah, it's just gonna be a good show.
You think so? I would hope that they kind of end Peacemaker, or they roll Peacemaker into this. Almost like by the time this comes out, Peacemaker's ending on like season 4, and then we're getting Waller. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if he's saying the team from Peacemaker also show up here, why don't we just move them around? Do you know what I'm saying? Or you think they're gonna go the Arrow, Flash, overlapping? This character's here, that character's there, which it's not bad.
It worked in the past.
I mean,
for some of the shows anyway.
I mean, I'm not against it. I just like how much of the team are going to be in here, how much are not. How much is Amanda Waller going to actually be doing? Like, it's her show. Like,
it's her show.
She's the title character of the show. What is she going to actually be doing in the show? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this one is the one that I'm most confused about what it's going to be tangibly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Based on what he said on everything being connected, I guess with her you could see like the kind of stuff that she goes through. But obviously,
what is that?
Like
all we've seen from Amanda Waller is her sit in the office most of the time, giving orders, and then shoot a room of interns.
Right.
So I can imagine maybe balancing like actual life and how she kind of compartmentalize the two. Because obviously we saw her daughter in Peacemaker, and she was trying to be a mother, but she was being Waller at the same time. You're like, I would like to dive into that psyche and be like, how does she deal with that on a day-to-day basis? I think that'd be very interesting because like most of the time when you see her, she's just a straight like killer. Like just narrow. This job's gotta be done.
Get it done.
That's it. So
And I think that's even the reason why I'm like, if this and Peacemaker kind of come together, then you can have like the team doing the action and her being in the office. But if they're gonna go with her in the office and her at home, I'm interested to see like what that show looks like. Like he didn't really give an example of what that would be like. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where I'm more like, did they have a direction for it?
Piece it together because. Like, I'm still hanging on to like the way he said everything is like
Homeland,
all connected.
Boom.
Ooh.
Homeland.
See, I was thinking of like kind of like Jack Ryan, but you
Homeland.
Okay.
Homeland. Homeland.
Bro.
Yeah, Brody. Brody. Waller's got to be like Homeland. That's command center. I'm going outside sometimes if I've got to move building to building, but moving from one building to another building in a war zone is a madness. And then you pair it with 2 agents. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe some of the commando people, maybe some of the Suicide Squad, maybe some of Peacemaker's team,
and that new anti-hero.
Yep. And you go through there. So, bruv, yeah,
that's actually because I was struggling because I was thinking of Jack Ryan because Jack Ryan is an analyst.
Yeah.
So like, but he's still
he's an agent. Yeah.
But he's still an agent. But
the drone queen.
Like, she can't really be in the field like that as much as he is.
The drone
but
queen.
you nailed it with that.
Homelander. Superman Legacy. What are you man saying?
I'm excited to see post Henry Cavill. Unfortunately, R.I.P. You know what I'm saying, but I always look forward to Superman films or Superman projects in general and see how they actually kind of tackle such a character because he can be kind of boring. Man of Steel wasn't boring. Neither was him in other Zack Snyder iterations. So, and he's saying he's like the way he started talking about the project, like he was mad excited. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing this one, boy, like boys and girls."
He has
like,
to be. He's got to be.
No, but I understand. So it's like his enthusiasm for me. I was like, "Rod, oh my god, I'm sucked in. Like, I want to see what you do with Superman, especially like saying his past record with Guardians." And what was the other big project he did as well?
Guardians, Suicide Squad.
Okay, Suicide Squad. Like, is it going to be like very... Like, everyone's always asking for, I want a very hopeful, like, Superman and this and that. Like, what's his balance going to be? Is it going to be a toe-to-toe between Guardians and Suicide Squad? Is it going to be one tempo? Is it going to be the other one? Like... So for me, like, it's interesting, especially Gunn doing it. I'm like, okay, boy. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Bro, all I know is he's got a big shoes to fill because of the void MOS left. Do you know what I'm saying? The impact it left. That whole movie, the like cinematography, music, everything about MOS was a matter. So yes, he has to be excited for it. 2, he's gonna be like, yo, this is where I get to like not make people forget about MOS, but like allow people to move on from it and gravitate to this new Superman that's here today. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's a big project right there.
Yeah, man. I feel like this is the one I'm like, I don't know. I'm just, bro, I'm lost on this one, bro, because it's like, we're gonna get a new Superman, but then I think about Superman and Lois, the show, and I think about Tom Holtzman, and I'm like, he's a legit Superman. He's a legit Superman, but his Supermaning in the show isn't great. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think that's one of the biggest things to get right. The Superman. And if anyone else says, "What do you mean Superman?" They're picking up cars, they're punching enemies, they're flying very fast. All of that stuff, Zack Snyder's Man of Steel does better than any other Superman man scene. But I understand them with the hope situation. But when these lot keep bringing up hope, all I think about is
diluting the thing.
Is what's his name? The guy who played Superman 4, Superman Returns, Brandon Roth.
Oh, right.
Was it him? Like, I don't know Sam, what'd you do in that movie, bro?
Well, that movie wasn't hopeful.
Well, not that movie. Not that movie. What do you do in Superman Legacy?
That's what I was trying to think of, like, stories where everyone was trying to say where Superman was hopeful. I was like, what? Like, for me, even the previous ones, like, it was kind of like, it was comedic and then kind of dread at the same time. I think that was Superman 1, where Clark and Lois kind of met. It was kind of like this playful relationship. Clark's like a bumbling fool, but when it's in Superman, it's like kind of serious and stuff. And then the ending, I was like, "Rah, Tid, this came out then."
What?
And then obviously he saves the day. I was like, is it hopeful because he saved the day, or like?
I think one of the things they spoke about was that they want to show how a hopeful Superman lives in a world where hope and kindness is like brushed. Do you know
he's kind of
yes. Okay. I think
Okay.
that was the synopsis that was given with that. So I'm like, we're just gonna have to see. Like, for me, this is potentially the biggest question mark of everything. For me, personally. Get me?
Oh, this is a really nice surprise, or it's gonna be like not the one.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting.
If there's a project that might stain his resume, that could be it. That could be it.
I don't know, man.
That
The thing is, I feel like James Gunn's got such sensibilities about his filmmaking that he's gonna make. All he's got to do is make a good Superman movie. It's not got to be great. It's not got to be amazing. It's just got to be good. Do you know what I'm saying? If he can get it to a 6 out of 10, that's where he can get by with the Superman. A 6 out of 10 Superman movie, he'll get by that. We'll get 3 of those. Do you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, he's the CEO, so he could really himself. That's another thing that's bad, bro.
This underperformed, but we're doing the scene.